Here's a remarkable moment between Trump and Powell. For those of you who are wondering how this relationship is going.
About 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot.
Nope. No, it didn't. Wait, hold on. We got to run it again.
About 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added.
Our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well,
including
no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's.
That's so funny. Oh my God. There's nothing funnier than the fact that Trump appointed him in his first term. And also, it is the one thing that would erode market confidence and would absolutely yield tremendous volatility. So he can't even fire him. Oh, that's crazy. To be fair, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, he'll be like, who appointed this guy? This is a real bad guy. Who appointed this asshole? Yeah, he's asking DOJ to investigate him for fraud because it's costing too much money to build these buildings. So that he can have like some kind of just cause to fire him, I guess. What a asshole. Whoever appointed this guy must have been a real idiot.
Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them. But we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use. But no, we don't. We expect to be finished in 2027. We're well along, as you can see.
Nice to take these off every once in a while when we're not under too much danger.
What the was that? Oh my God. What did he do?
Nice to take these off every once in a while.
What is he doing? Wait. Trump says he's surprised Fed Chair Powell was appointed. What? I don't remember this. This is so stupid, dude.
Fed Chair, I was surprised he was appointed. I was surprised, frankly, that Biden put him in and extended him. It is my.
Oh my God, it's full Brandon. I was I missed this, I guess. And then I didn't. I was at the bachelor party after this.
My pleasure and my honor to announce my nomination of Jerome Powell to be the next chairman of the Federal Reserve. Congratulations. He's a terrible Fed chair. I was surprised he was appointed.
Incredible work, sir. Who? Real moron. Must have appointed him. Real stupid. His name is Brandon. I constantly go back and forth on, like, is he actually losing his mind? Or does he know that his base does not care when he just like says things that are completely false? And I'm leaning on the Brandonization side of things. Like I do think that there is a Brandonization going on currently on the issue of inflation, on the issue of like people's attitude towards the administration. Trump is nearing Brandonization levels on that front. He's almost at Brandon's lowest point. Underwater by I believe 29 points or by 25 points. So he's definitely on the Brandon side. Felix says, as your physician, I must be direct. You are the very first Brandonization sufferer to ever contract terminal shrubism at the same time. We can treat your desire for oil and bananas, but you'll never see an approval rating above 39% for the rest of your life. 6 months into his second term, President Donald Trump's job approval rating has dipped to 37%. This is the lowest rating of Trump's second term and just slightly higher than his all-time worst rating of 34% at the end of his first term. Now, something you have to remember, however, is that even at his lowest approval rating, he still was above 90% for the Republicans, or above 85%, I think, something like that. He's just losing independents. He's losing a lot of the people that voted for him, but that's expected. That is precisely what happened last time around as well. Yeah, independents drive Trump's approval rating to 37%, second term low. This is the lowest it's been in the second term, and it's close to the lowest it's been in its first term. Not that it matters because he's not running again, or maybe we won't even have another election. Who knows? Who knows? Also, Trump is taking questions live from reporters. Let's take a look at what he has to say while he's at the Federal Reserve.
We would save more than $1 trillion basically with just a paper transfer. You wouldn't be cutting costs of anything. You wouldn't be building anything. Just a move of the hand saying we're going to lower interest rates. You would save $1 trillion a year. And there's nothing you can do to save that kind of money. Well, we had a little talk about it, and I thought it was a very productive talk. He'll be able to tell you at his next meeting, but I will say that he did say the country is doing really well.
Mr. President, you feel better or worse?
And the country is really doing well.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
How would you describe your talk with him? Would you say that the energy was tense? You know, did your conversation...
No, I didn't think it was tense. No, I thought we had a good meeting. No, there was no tension. There was no tension. I think he had more tension with my great senator to the right. He's a pretty tough cookie. He was... you might say, well,
The bottom line is we had an honest, candid conversation about some of the overruns at this building. We had it in my banking committee, and he said we were wrong, and it turns out we were right. Thank God President Trump and his team took enough time to dig into some of the details, and the details are clear. We need to get this project done. We would like to keep it where it is or a little lower, but at the end...
Remember, this is the one issue that they can't just like wish cast away. Not the Epstein stuff. I'm talking about just constantly claiming that the economy is on a rocket ship. Saying that over and over again is not going to change what it looks like for people's pocketbooks. This is the one thing that you can't just like talk yourself out of. If people's financial circumstances are not moving at least in the green, in a better direction, in a positive direction, and it's clear that they're not, because the very same thing that the Brandon administration tried to do, they are trying to do as well, which is to say, no, it's great, it's fantastic. Meanwhile, people are getting laid off. People have not seen any sort of like significant improvement in their wages. And also, it's mostly just like rich and powerful people in the media trying to play this song and dance by pointing to the GDP, which in this case is not even looking too great anyway. And saying like, well, certain things and the price of certain things have gone down. Look at the graph. Look at the graph. Look at the graph. Look at the graph. Now, it might work for some of Trump's major loyalists because they are in the cult. But ultimately, the stock market doing well after Donald Trump tanked it aggressively, and like the stock market rebounding, for example, is not necessarily going to translate to people feeling like they are doing well, is not going to lead to people feeling like they can afford rent. You can't just like keep saying it and then expect people to believe that it's happening.
Because they didn't want to pay 20, they were 28%. And they gave us $550 billion up front. 100%, 500. We get 90, they get 10. 90%, they get 10. And there's no payment. It's not a loan or anything. It's a signing bonus, I call it. But they gave us $550 billion and took down the tariffs a little bit. And then they agreed to open their economy to everybody. This was not easy. This took, a lot of people walked out of rooms and things. Sometimes they walked out of rooms, went back to Japan. Right. I said, where are they? They went back to Japan, and then they called and they said, can we make a deal? They came back a couple of times. This happened. This was, as you know, it was over a period of months, and ultimately they agreed to open their economy. Now, the opening of the economy is worth more than $550 billion, the payment that they made.
Cope.
It's worth more. So between that and the payment, we reduced it down to 15%. But they were at about 28%, and then they bought it down, basically.
But could other countries buy it down?
Yeah, I would let other countries buy it down. Sure.
Mr. President, do you feel better or worse about your relationship with the Fed chairman after this meeting?
I feel good about it. I mean, look, I have one dispute, and the dispute is there could be some things with money and, where it comes from, how it's come from, how it's printed, where it's printed, all of the standard things with the Fed.
Now
But
Japanese car
I
makers
just
that
wanna
are
see one
competitive
thing
edge
happen.
versus
Very
American
simple.
car
Interest rates
makers.
have to come down.
We'll
If the
cover
interest
the
rates don't come
Japanese
down,
deal.
we're knocking it out of
I'll
the
cover the
park
Japanese deal in a
with high
second.
interest rates.
If he's hurting
If interest rates come down, then that final little element kicks in. That's housing. And the sad part is that people, wonderful young people, young couples starting off, they can't get a mortgage because the rates are too high. Tim knows that better than anybody, I think.
Mr. President, if the rates are hurting families in the country, why let that keep going for another 8 months? Why not just fire the chairman
Because
now?
to do that is a big move, and I just don't think it's necessary. And I believe that he's going to do the right thing.
You think it's constitutional?
I believe that the chairman is going to do the right thing. I mean, it may be a little too late, as the expression goes, but I believe he's going to do the right thing. The fact is, it's so big what's taking place in America, where the King of Saudi Arabia says you have the hottest country anywhere in the world, and I thought you were dead 1 year ago. I thought we were dead. I just left NATO, as you know. They're agreeing to pay 5%. We're not paying anything. We send them the equipment. They pay for 100% of everything now for the war, Ukraine. But I just left NATO, and every one of those leaders said, every country, they said,
So hot.
and very smart country, very successful country.
It is pretty crazy that the American economy is built around confidence, obviously. The stock market absolutely is built around confidence. And when you have a confidence man, a con man like Donald Trump, I guess like people have a vested interest in the market succeeding, so they have to kind of act like they believe whatever the he's saying. It's all vibes. It's all made up. And people have basically realized, like, no, we have to kind of act like this is all going somewhere positive, so that they can keep making more money.
Interest rates come down. Good job, you do. You do a nice job. I watch you a lot.
Thank you.
Everything is Tesla at this point, is what I mean. Everything is Tesla. Everything is computer. Just like Tesla will just keep. I mean, they have, I guess this year is not the best year to say that, because like this is the first time where Tesla's like actually experienced some shocks. But for many, many decades, there were too many powerful financial interests vested in Tesla stock succeeding. So whenever Elon Musk just lied, and because of the valuation, of Tesla being tied as a tech company and not like a car manufacturer, whenever Elon Musk just like came out and was like, "Oh, you're gonna be able to fly to Mars with your Tesla," people will go, "Oh my God, that's definitely gonna happen." Even though if you look at his performance over the course of the past decade, he's always overpromising and then never delivering. The thing is that the market is 1,000% convinced that Trump is lying about the August 1st tariffs. If they actually go in, the market will plummet because no one has confidence it's real. Same with inflation. Market is wary on tariffs spiking it, so they never believe Trump would actually fire Powell. Lol, it's all fake. Yeah, no, I know. There's a lot of people basically believe that Trump is totally taco Trump, and he's just not going to do it.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that.
You mean years, not decades. Tesla stock hasn't been hot for that long if you put it in perspective. Yes, years. Well, a decade. Although Tesla stock has been not performing as well this past year. So this is not the best year to point to, because finally there has been some impact. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is shifting focus from electric vehicles to autonomous technology, including robo-taxis and humanoid robots, according to the Wall Street Journal. Great. But guys, they have epic bacon at the Hollywood Tesla diner. Isn't that cool?